Welcome back to another episode of the Two Balls, One Basket podcast, a podcast of the Playbook Sports Network. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at PlaybookSN and visit our website, playbooksn.com. We pump content every single freaking day. As always, I am your host, Jordan. With me today of the Playbook Sports Network, my Swiss Army knife. He does a little bit of everything, David Ferrel.
How's it going, man?
What's popping, bud?
How you doing?
All right, are you ready for this
Oh yeah,
conversation
we're
that I have?
yeah, we're all good.
All right. We're going to talk about the Miami Heat because for some reason the Miami Heat suck. David, I only have one. I have one thing. Okay. Can you see me right now?
Yes, I got you.
Okay. What the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck? Oh, we just suck all of a sudden? What is this bullshit? Like, tell me what you see.
Okay, well, it's a lot of things, Jordan. There's really not just one particular place that these guys are failing in. It's a group effort all around. From it starts with Spo. The rotations have been bad, and I mean, like, there's certain moments in the games that over this skid that stick out to me that he just hasn't played guys in the minutes that they should be in. And it goes with, like adding Terry Rozier, right? The main thing that I had coming into that trade and when we acquired him was he's coming into this team when we're playing at our worst.
Thank
We
you.
were on a 3-game skid when he came in, and you're adding a guy that does have capabilities that we were obviously looking for. You had to move off of Lowry, no doubt. So doing that was fine. You could have got DeJounte possibly. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation.
They weren't
But
getting out there.
all around, you bring in Terry, you're just adding him to a mix that, guys just aren't excelling right now in what they're doing. We're not shooting the three particularly well. We're actually even allowing opponents to shoot over 50% right now from three in these last 4 games. So it's been really tough. Like, and the effort all around, I kicked and screamed yesterday on my pregame show about effort. And I saw it in the fourth quarter, Jordan, but man, those first 3 quarters were really hard to watch. And it's a lot of different things.
It's literally killing me because in hindsight, you have talent. I know talent doesn't always translate to winning, but it usually translates to winning when Eric Spoelstra is the one doing it. So
Right.
you have Jaime Jaquez, this guy that we've been raving about on all of our spaces, all of our articles. I've raved about him on this podcast. Opposing networks rave about him. The guy's a star. He got hurt. I think it's pathetic, and I love this team. I know they may hear it, they may not hear it. I'm not shitting on you guys. I don't know better than you. I probably know less than absolutely nothing. But I think it's a little pathetic that a team that is considers themselves contenders completely falls off when a rookie gets hurt. Like they're some lottery team. They're the defending Eastern Conference champions.
Mm-hmm.
That's not acceptable. I also think it attributes to the injuries. It's consistency is so underrated in the NBA. When you don't have consistency, Jimmy misses 10 games here. Tyler misses 20 games there. Then Jimmy misses another 6 games. Then Jaime gets hurt. Then Caleb's in and out of the lineup. Now Duncan has a concussion. Bam tweaks his knee. What is Spoelstra supposed to do? He's a great coach, but he can only do so much. It's impossible to tinker with the lineup that much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that I wouldn't disagree with the statement on when it comes to these guys being injured and having to rely on a rookie to make a lot of your production, which granted, let's be honest, Jaime Jaquez was balling, and he was the perfect addition that we didn't know we were going to get. Because if you like, and I know that we're going to touch on it a little bit later, but like Jovic, like we didn't like play him like that to start off his career, you know? We're
Mhm.
playing Jaime in high pressure minutes. These guys are giving him the rock in isolation possessions and actually relying on him to go get a bucket. So he's definitely, I would say, excelled in that department way more than I thought he would when we drafted him. Really harsh on the draft pick, honestly. Feel like we could have went the Cam Whitmore route. I really could have, but at the same time, this guy has shut me up. Now, granted, there is one glaring thing that I saw, especially in the Suns game yesterday, that I saw during his run, but tried to brush it off a little bit. But it's been glaring since he's came back. And granted, injuries happen. I understand it. You're not going to come back all the way right away. We get it, okay? But one thing I've just noticed is his 3-point shooting is not that good.
That
He-
okay, yes. That was enough. I watched him a lot in college because I actually enjoyed. There was, I think it was 3 years ago, they made a deep run UCLA, and I liked him. Now I
Mhm.
didn't. I had no idea I was going to like him for the Heat, but
Right.
I've heard of him. I've watched him.
Yeah,
Shooting's not his best aspect.
definitely.
That is something that the Heat are going to have to do. They're going to have to fix that. Like take Justice Winslow for example. That guy couldn't shoot. Bang! Like he couldn't do it.
Nothing.
And now he was a
Yeah.
serviceable 3-point shooter his last season with us.
Yes.
So that'll come.
Yeah.
Every time Jaime shoots a three, I'm like, oh crap.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there are times like where I feel like if he just makes those shots, it'll get him going in other ways.
Mhm.
But if he's not gonna make those shots, Jordan, they're not gonna respect him out there, and they're just gonna leave him. And that just makes it harder for you to do what you do best, and that's drive into the lane and start posting up. So overall, he needs to get that part together.
I want to. There's something else I would like to touch on. Now, I love the Terry Rozier edition. I
Mhm.
Everybody's so infatuated with a big like splash, like it's got to be a whale. I understand like that would benefit us, but take like the Boston Celtics for example. They got a whale last year, and he's ugly. Is Derek White a whale? Is he a Kevin Durant? Is he a Donovan Mitchell? That guy completely changed the Boston Celtics. So it's like it doesn't always have to be a move like Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard. Those would be nice, but these
Yeah.
little minor tweaks they help a team more than anybody can see that. And I think
Mhm.
that Terry Rozier has the potential. I don't think he will be from what we've seen so far, but he has the potential to be our Derek White.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it comes down to the defensive end too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like to knock guys that are like talented offensively because like you can give them passes because sometimes their offense does make up for their defense. But Terry Rozier, when he doesn't have it going and he's playing horrible defense, and I've seen it because we play Charlotte 4 times a year. So we've seen the worst in Terry and we've seen the best. So you just hope that he gets it going, and you like to get him going early. I think he really starts off strong, game strong, and I think that when he's attacking the rim, it makes him that much more lethal and it helps out his teammates along the way.
I think the reason the fit right now looks so clunky is besides the fact that a move like that, it takes week, 2 weeks, three
In the
weeks.
middle of the skid.
Yeah, in the middle of the skid, in the middle of the season, it takes time to get acclimated. Even Kevin Love said it yesterday to him. But I think he's trying too hard to fit in to something that he's not accustomed to. He's accustomed to having the ball in his hand. He's accustomed to scoring. He's accustomed to needing to be that guy. And then he came here, and I don't know, maybe I just noticed it. It's like He's looking for a shot, but he'll like pump fake and he'll pull back and he'll pass to somebody that's barely open or somebody that we know is not going to do anything with the ball. That's not why you were brought here. You were brought here because you can score 23, 24 points a game. That's what we need. So
Right.
I think it's more of the, oh, this team is so notorious for being good. Like, I don't want to come in here and step on anybody's toes. Step on toes, bro. It's fine. I I will
Yeah.
step on my toes, step on my face, step on my throat. I don't care. Win me a fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. When it comes down to it, you got three guys that still have yet to learn how to share the rock equally
Mm-hmm.
and do it in a way where it doesn't take your offense out of their dynamic. And I feel like in so many possessions, we just get stuck in some type of isolation situation for Jimmy, or it's Bam taking a mid range post shot that, I'm comfortable with Bam shooting the middies. I really am. I think the discourse of most of the conversations that we have, I think that Bam definitely gets a lot of flack for those middies. And I really don't mind it because that plays into his game when he's on and he can hit those shots.
I
But
don't
it
want to
is about
interrupt you real
him.
quick.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's that they're like upset he's shooting the middies. I think it's that they're upset that he has become reliant on them.
Yeah, he settles.
Yeah, he needs to mix it
Yeah.
up because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the mid game, you need that as a center nowadays. Like,
Hmm.
look at Joel Embiid. The guy
Oh yeah.
scored what 70 and he only shot two threes.
Yeah.
You're gonna need that if you're gonna keep up with guys like that. But where it's not okay is he doesn't understand that he is so fucking quick. He could be 28 of the 30 starting centers off the dribble. But he doesn't
Yeah.
because he wants to rely on this mid-range jump shot.
Hmm.
Just wanted to add that. You can keep going.
No, 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 no doubt. And the thing is I've always been talking about the aggression with Bam, and I know he has heights that he can reach that we've seen before. And we just want him to keep progressing. The main thing with Bam for me, since he's started to arrive for this team and establish himself as the one of the franchise cornerstones of this team, it's just about him being aggressive and him wanting to put in that effort and grind. And when he does that on most nights, you see the type of things that he can do offensively, and we already know what he does defensively. Even on his worst nights, he's really good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the defensive end, it's not too much for us to worry about. But then when you get to Tyler, I'm telling you right now, Jordan, at this point, I don't know. I don't know because I saw Tyler shoot 20 shots a game, and I called him out for it a couple of times. I'm not going to lie. He doesn't need to be shooting over 20 attempts a game. If he stays within the offense and works on his efficiency, I think that bodes well for him in confidence as a player and like confidence for the team
Mm-hmm.
because you're not jacking up like his one-on-one isolation scoring is not good. When he plays within the offense, he gets off a screen. Sometimes he can attack the rim. Most of the time, he's not attacking the rim.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pull up, settle. For some reason, right now, he cannot hit from the mid range, but he can sure as hell shoot from the 3 point line right now. So, like, I saw him with 20 shots, and then, like, I saw him play off ball these last few games since the Terry edition, and he's still not shooting good. And I just think that that plays into the funk that they're in. But at the same time, one of these three have to step up. Am I right or am I wrong? Like one of these three have to come in. And granted, they came out today with everything about how they had a locker room kumbaya. Okay, good stuff. Let's get right back on track where we need to go.
So I agree with the Tyler thing. And I also wanted to state this. I'm going to state this after I address what you said. I agree. It does have to be one of the three. And the one, it has to be Jimmy Butler. I know people say, like, oh, if Tyler's going to be that third fiddle, he's got to step up. Bam's the face of the franchise. He's got to step up. No, no, no. It's Jimmy Butler. It shouldn't even be a question. He's our $50 million guy. He was brought here for that. He's known for being the villain. Get in motherfucker's face, dude. Do the Haslam. Like, you don't have to be 40 years old to yell at somebody.
Right.
This is his team. Like, when things are going bad, like, take Kendrick Perkins, for example, things are going bad. Who's the first person they trade? Jimmy Butler. We trade
Right.
Tyler Hero because we're toxic. No,
Right.
they want to free Jimmy Butler
Yeah.
over my dead body.
Over my dead body. Yeah. No, and the thing with all of that, I just something's got to give at this point. Guys just have to step up. I thought that going forward, I took that fourth quarter of the Suns game, and I'm kind of just banking on that like little effort that they put in the last 12 minutes of that game. Granted, you didn't come back. You didn't even make it close in the comeback, but overall you saw better effort, you saw the defensive intensity, you saw guys actually engaging in conversation on the floor and actually calling each other defensively, and the rotations were crisp and precise. So I felt that they just did a complete turnaround from the first three quarters that they made us witness. And I just really think that if they can take that fourth quarter, look at that tape, look at some of the good things that they've been doing over this skid. And I know it's hard to look at a 7-game losing streak and find any type of positives, but you did have some positives. In New York, they had our season high 28 fast break points. So you've done some good things. You just got to keep working on them as guys start to get more chemistry with Terry back in.
Yeah. It's so annoying because I had a homegirl over for the game last night, and when they went on the little run, she's like, "Oh, look, they're making a run." I go, "No, no, 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 don't you dare get hope. This is a miserable household, and you will be miserable." Like, I've been seeing
Right.
it since Jimmy Butler got here. The misery is misery. The happiness is happiness. There's no in between.
Yeah.
But so the Tyler thing, I have a message that I would like to give out to Heat Twitter, to my friends.
Wow.
I would like to also state Pat Riley, Andy Ellisberg, Ethan Jason.
Woo.
Like, I don't care who hears this. My name's Jordan Alfasa. I have no fucking say. My opinion means absolutely fucking nothing. I don't like this whole we're not good if Tyler shoots so many shots. We're not good if Tyler scores 25 points. We're not good with Tyler as a starter. Do I think Tyler should come off the bench? I think so. I think it's not a knock on his talent. It's not a knock
Right.
on him as a player. I just think it would flow better. It would solve a lot of holes. The discourse around Tyler Hero makes me fucking sick. It makes me sick. And I'm not singling anybody out. I love my people. I love Harry. I love Royal. Those are my people. You can have your opinion. I have my opinion. I don't care. I just do this because I love the sport. I love to talk to my guys. That's what
Absolutely.
Playbook is. Playbook isn't here to be the next fucking ESPN yet. So, like, this whole, oh, they got to trade Tyler. They got to trade Tyler. How many fucking times are we going to do? We got to trade Tyler for this, trade Tyler for a piece, trade Tyler for a whale. How many times can they not trade Tyler for you to understand that they're not going to do it? It's not
Too
going to
many.
happen. Now, whether I want it to happen or not doesn't fucking matter because it's not going to happen because Pat Riley doesn't want to trade him. If he does, then I'm a fucking moron. But as of right now, I'm a genius.
Hmm.
When's the trade deadline? Thursday? If they trade him
February.
Thursday, then we can clip this and I'll make fun of myself.
Absolutely.
But when
I
he
mean,
doesn't, then I'm gonna look like a fucking genius. God, I'm cursing too much. This losing streak's got me
okay.
fucking riled up.
Hey, you brought the right guy on for this type of episode because I don't know if anybody else can be more gloomy than me. Because I'm I'm telling you, Jordan, just like the whole discourse over this 7 game losing streak, it's just gotten worse and worse. And I think like I'm I want to consider myself more level headed about this. I'm not panicking at the mode to where I want to trade the whole damn team and just start all over and stuff like that. It's more of the fact that skids happen. What are you going to do? Are you going to lie down the rest of the season and turn it in? The East is shit. So no matter what, you can be bad and you can still make the playoffs. So I don't think that they're going to lay down. The players meeting and film room thing. I think that definitely helps, but they just have to get it together. And the way you can do that just to start is by obviously taking that accountability, looking at what you guys got going on, and start running some damn Terry and Bam pick and rolls, please. Those
Dang.
two are efficient at doing it. Can we please see that?
Now,
They convert on those more oftentimes than not.
if you had to put Terry or Tyler on the bench, which one are you doing?
Well, I'm putting Tyler because
Hold on.
We've seen Tyler do it before.
Hey, look, Miami Heat. If you guys don't win a game, I'm not cleaning his litter box, so he's going to be walking in his own shit.
Oh, man. That's all bad. Feel bad for your house, dude.
Yeah.
But I just really think that they're they need to put Tyler at the bench. They really do, just to see what happens. Like, what else can you do right now other than try to tinker with the starting lineup? And granted, I said
Putting
this
Tyler
last
on the
night.
bench is tinkering with the lineup.
Exactly. And the thing is we've seen him excel in that role before. And Terry Rozier, granted, like he can give you a scoring punch and everything, but like who are you going to start next to Tyler then? Like Jaime, Duncan? They'll never play Duncan and Tyler together
You
in a
can't.
backcourt ever.
It
So
needs to be Tyler to the bench, and Tyler needs to play with Bam, and Jimmy needs to play with Terry. So your three needs to be like, so you start Terry, Duncan, Jimmy. I'm starting Highsmith and Bam, and then my
I like
bench is
Duncan.
Jaime, Hero. We got to do something about Caleb and Kevin Love. Like I like Kevin Love. I think he should stay, but they gotta like your backup center can't be old, unathletic, and old and short and old.
We had a serious conversation about Kevin Love last night, and
I was knocked out.
oh man, the effort has not been there. He's not even trying to take a charge anymore. His 3 point shot isn't falling, and he's getting open looks too. The
He's wide
looks for
open.
the looks for Kevin Love have not changed. The
Mhm.
only thing that's changed is the fact that he can hit the ocean, and it sucks because it's just adding to Miami's like failures in these games, and we can't. We're relying on Kevin Love in 2024. Thomas Bryant and Orlando Robinson can't give us any other little production that presents any positivity. So you're just stuck with Bam, and Bam is going to throw his hands up at some point and say, "I don't know what else you want me to do."
The sad thing is,
Because,
I don't
but
even think there's a good backup center to go out and try to trade for. Not saying that like this problem can be addressed in the trade market. I don't think there's a center out there. Like who do
there
you
was
want?
there was two I wanted beforehand, like off season when we were in the off season. Really wanted Porzingis.
Well,
And also, if we weren't going to get Porzingis, I really wanted Miles Turner too.
Okay.
And
Those are
those,
two things that you're gonna have to trade enough for. I'm talking about like
yeah,
little things that
and
like, Thomas Bryant and Jovic can get you.
see now the thing is too, and this is what I was gonna say a little bit earlier, but we're just dealing with the fact that Haywood Highsmith isn't even playing good either. And we like I feel like Spoelstra like kind of felt like he could be the PJ replacement. And granted, like at times, like us as fans, we even looked at it to where he was having good defensive nights. He would have multiple steals and definitely help in the passing lanes. And then he started hitting 3-point shots
And
just for a little
everybody's
bit
hopes
though.
that
And I'm not even saying like it was for a long stretch. Like we just saw him have a game where he was actually hitting the 3-point shot and you just run with that.
Mhm.
But then as the games keep going on, you notice how undersized Miami is because Haywood Highsmith is fighting for his life on the inside and he's getting bullied by all the bigs.
Listen, I mean, I know it's undersized. I know we have to get
Undersized,
a
man.
little younger. You know who I want?
What's up?
I want Anthony Leon Tucker. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Just for the intensity. Don't even care about anything else. Doesn't have to hit a shot, doesn't have to play in the high post. That intensity, that's what we need. Okay? People are like, oh, Kevin Love's our vet. Kevin Love would rescue a bruised butterfly. He's too sweet. Okay? He should be kissing nuns. He shouldn't be cursing out Jimmy Butler. That's PJ Tucker's job. Go get PJ Tucker. The Clippers, listen, you hear me, Clippers? Buy PJ Tucker out. PJ, sign with us. Fuck Milwaukee. Fuck Phoenix. Who else is gonna go for him? Probably the Knicks. Fuck the Knicks. Like you just sometimes you don't even need like the aspect like the talent of the player. You just need what the non-intangibles that the player brings, and he brings that fire. This losing streak, I'm not saying it doesn't happen if he's here, but there's more of an urgency to end it because it looks like every game during the losing streak, there's no urgency to be like, okay, this is the game we're putting an end to the streak. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're just like, all right, maybe we'll win, but if we lose, then it's gonna keep going. Like, what is this shit?
See now, like when you get into like names and everything, like it involves like money and all that. And I'm just not gonna lie to you, that's like none of my area of expertise. But what I'm telling you right now is that somehow, some way, you just need, and if they buy out and get PJ Tucker back in here, I swear, that's gonna be so funny. But you do need a guy that's interchangeable like PJ, like this. And for the knock that we do give PJ, because like offensively, he just, unless his 3-point shot is hitting in that corner, well, he is useless.
See,
It's
but
a
we
4 on
knocked we
5.
knocked PJ, but since he's left, the Heat just keep trying to find a PJ replacement. So clearly they need him
Exactly.
back.
No, and that's a good point. I think also too, when you're talking about guys like that, it's really hard to find like a guy that's willing to guard 1 through 4. And
Mhm.
with off exceptions, maybe a 5, depending on how soft the 5 is, right? But I think when it comes down to it, like Miami's just didn't address those issues in the offseason. They really just did not address the elephant in the room, and that's you're still missing somebody next to Bam. And we were screeching about get Jimmy help, get Jimmy help, get Jimmy help. And granted, they should have, they didn't, whatever. But right now, and if you look at our losses, like in the finals, like both finals actually, we were just undersized. And granted, like in 2020, if you want to say Bam Goran injuries, like I'll understand it. But when it comes
I'm
to
not
the
gonna say
size
it, but I agree.
differential, and especially with the way that you know the NBA is trending, you need that either serviceable five that's going to be big, that can crash the boards, and from time to time maybe stretch the floor if they can. Or you're going to need a guy that's interchangeable, like a Jaden McDaniels, like guys like that. Like any type of way you can get your hands on those type of players, you can make something out of it. But when you're undersized, it's tough playing those teams. And Miami got out rebounded by New York and um, the Celtics by like 32 combined. So really need some size, honestly.
All right, so we're running low on time. So we got the Sacramento Kings here tomorrow. Briefly, does the losing streak end, or does it go to an eighth game?
We actually play tough against the Kings, and the Kings actually play tough against us. It really doesn't matter what year. We've seen the Kings at their worst when we are at our best, and we've seen the Kings at their best when we haven't been so hot. So no matter what, the games really go either way. But considering that this new age Kings team is so good at scoring, and this is the teams that you're going to have to face, going down the line is top offensive teams. So Miami really has to get it going offensively. That's the way to beat the Kings. I don't think we can preach defense about this because the offensive scoring punch that the Kings can get going within minutes, within seconds, they're a good team. And Miami does have to play with better pace too.
I think the Heat win tomorrow. Bam lives for this Sabonis matchup. It's just another one of those guys that he doesn't really give a shit about. He always goes at him. Terry is trending up. Jimmy's Jimmy. And I think Tyler's going to have a bounce back game. I really think we're going to win. And if we don't,
I,
then so help me God. Oh my God, my house is going to smell because I'm not cleaning the litter box until they win.
Hey, this is just a nugget. We do play the Washington Wizards this,
No, I want to beat a good team.
but hey, I get your point. I hope we win tomorrow, and I do believe that we do win tomorrow, and the streak ends at 7.
All right, man, that was a lot. I was screaming. I love the Miami Heat, man. I love them so
Me
much.
too. Me too. We need a win. We just need a win to get our minds back right. Like we need to see that this team is still capable of winning.
And I gotta put this on there. I mentioned Royal, Harry. I mentioned Ethan. Shout out Five Reasons. Shout out Basement. No beef. We love you guys. We collab with both of you guys. All
Absolutely.
love. Everybody's got their opinions. We all talk. Me and Royal go at it sometimes, joking, obviously. It's my boy. Me and
You
Harry,
already know.
Jewish. We have to like each other. All right.
Buy the merch, y'all.
Buy the merch. David, anything you want to say before I let you go?
And I appreciate you having me on. Let's go Heat. Let's get that dub tomorrow against the Kings.
Let's get a dub. House smells pretty bad already.
Pleasure, Jordan.
Peace.